and welcome to the Policy Project by Policybazaar.ae. This is a show that talks about insurance and all of the related questions that you might have. Today on the show with us, we've got two incredible guests. We've got Atul, who's the business head for life insurance at Policybazaar.ae, and we've got Geeta Manghnani with us. She's a senior accounts manager at IFA Distribution, Zurich International Life Limited. Welcome onto the show. So today we're talking about something that goes one step beyond just simple life insurance. It's critical illness cover. It's that extra layer of financial safety when you still are here, you're still alive, you're still fighting, but you're battling one of life's most difficult problems, and that is illness. Now, most of us kind of plan for what's going to happen when we're not around, right? The legacy that we leave behind, what we leave to the next generation, to our children. But what happens if we can't work? What happens if we can't earn? What if illness robs us of our ability to provide? What happens then to our dependents, to our families, to the people who look to us to take care of them? Now, to break it down, we have Atul, who's been talking about this and about financial protection for years and years, and Geeta from Zurich International Life, someone who knows exactly how this cover works and why it's becoming so integral to every day. Atul, I'm going to start with something really simple. How is critical illness cover different from life insurance?
Right. So let me cover the basic of how critical illness insurance works. Let's say someone has taken a critical illness insurance cover for $500,000 and they have taken this cover for the next 30 years.
Right.
And they will start to pay a certain amount of premium. This could be a standalone product, or this can be bought along with a term life policy. So let's say they have started to pay a premium today and they are covered for the next 30 years. God forbid, 10 years down the line, if this person were to be diagnosed with one of the critical illnesses on the policy, it could be cancer, stroke, or some organ failure. This person or his nominees will get a lump sum amount of $500,000 upfront if the critical illness has been diagnosed, right? No questions asked, no bills required, nothing, right? So this $500,000 is there for you to pay for your bills, to ancillary medical costs which are not covered by your medical insurance, your rents, your school fees. If at all you stop getting an income, this becomes a very important part of your financial planning, right? So versus what a conventional term life insurance does is, if you were to pass away, only then your nominee gets a lump sum amount, right? It could be, a sum assured could be 1 million dirham, 2 million dirham, whatever you have opted for. Your nominee will get that amount, but only in the scenario when you pass away.
Right.
Versus a critical illness will pay up the benefit if you are alive and you have been diagnosed with a critical illness, which is very important because you might lose your income and you have these recurring expenses of rent, school fees, and your additional medical expenses which your insurance will not cover.
That's right. And I think especially in countries like the UAE, where these are not small costs, right? Your school fees, your rent, these are big numbers. I think most families would struggle to continue even if we pulled a plug on income for a month or 2 months or 3 months. But I really want to understand a little bit more about this pays while you are still fighting phrase that's being used, right? How often do people actually get their critical illness benefits? Do people use it? Do they claim it?
Actually, every eligible claim that the client can take or the client is eligible for will use this cover. The question is, how many of them buy it? So a recent survey done said 48% of the people in the UAE don't have critical illness. And there was another survey done where it said 1 out of 4 people are going to end up having a life-threatening illness before they turn 65. So for me, it's a very simple math. If someone's ready to take that financial risk for you, if someone's ready to take away that financial burden from you so that you can fight the battle physically and emotionally, then let the company do it. Let the company insure you. You don't have to worry about, do I get the treatment done here? Do I have to compromise on the hospital? Can I bring my loved ones back from home so that they are around for me to give me that emotional support? Just let the insurance company give you the claim so that you can fight the battle. I know legacy is important and you should leave money behind for them. But why not live a little longer and save more money to leave behind for them, and let company do the critical illness payout for you so that you fight only the battle of illness and not finance.
Absolutely. And I think to anyone who's been around a hospital or around someone who's had critical illness, this really hits home, right? Because it can rob a family of so much, just the stress, the financial stress of it all. But Atul, why do you think people still kind of overlook this add-on?
Yeah. See, there are a couple of factors. One is the Superman syndrome. Like people think they are invincible and nothing will happen to me, right? That is one of the largest reasons. They think that, okay, death benefit is important because, I can meet an accident or, eventually everyone understands we'll die. So that cover they are okay to take because if they pass away, their family will have, the resources to maintain the lifestyle. But for critical illness, they think, no, nothing will happen to me. That is the first reason. Second, I would admit that critical illness insurance is slightly more expensive than term insurance because as we discussed, the likelihood of a critical illness happening is much more, right? And actually, if the likelihood of it happening, we have agreed that the likelihood of it happening is much more. That means it is totally worth taking this product and the peace of mind that comes with it.
Could you tell me how exactly a payout works? So what happens? God forbid, something terrible happens. I end up in a hospital. At what point does my family reach out to which company? Who calls?
Yeah.
How does it work?
I think it's very simple with everything going online. One call to us or an email address that we have, email us just the basics of what's happened and attach the reports you have. And then our team gets in touch with you. There's a claim form to be completed. If we have all the eligible requirement and if the claim can be admitted, within 5 working days, the money is in your bank account. In fact, the fastest we've paid it is 72 hours.
Wow.
So you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I've put in my papers, I've put in the reports, I've put in the claim form, and then now I wait when I get the money. You can get the money even before you're scheduled for the surgery, just in case. So yeah, I mean, that's what I said. Leave it with the company, leave it with Zurich, and we'll take care of it.
That's incredible. So Atul, can you tell me how expensive these covers really are? Because you mentioned that it's a lot more expensive than term insurance.
Little more.
A little more? Okay, so what are the numbers like?
So, see, usually at the age of 35, if you're taking a term insurance cover of 1 million dirham, it will cost you around 1,500 dirhams for a year. And versus if you were to add or supplement it with a 500,000 dirhams of critical illness cover, it will cost you roughly the same amount, 1,500 dirhams. So that's the tentative pricing of this product.
So Geeta, my next question is actually what illnesses typically are covered under critical illness?
So we have approximately 36 illnesses covered. There are some who cover 40, 50 as well. But core illnesses, so the claims that we paid out, 80% of our critical illnesses claims that were paid out were 48% was heart attack and the remaining was cancer. So heart attack, cancer, major organ transplant, paralysis, the list goes on and on. Even some early stage cancers are also covered. So the list is vast. The list is almost that can cover any illness that the client has. Like I said, 36 to 40 illnesses, but the core ones are covered as well. And most of those are heart attack and cancers, stroke as well.
And this is paid out on diagnosis?
On diagnosis.
Right.
On diagnosis.
Right. So how can someone who's watching this right now figure out whether they really need critical cover?
Right. See, one of the most important factors for buying term life and critical illness both is that if you are the earning member of the family, the family's expenses are dependent on you.
Yeah.
So that is why if you are the earning member of the family, it is critical for you to buy the critical illness insurance.
Yeah.
And otherwise, if you're not the earning member of the family, it still makes a lot of sense for you to get the critical illness plan because, as Geeta also mentioned, that there are so many things that you can do with the claim amount that you'll get. You can invite family members to be with you for the support and all. So anything, any expenses that need to be done which will not be covered can be done from this amount, and it will definitely make your life easier.
So Geeta, that brings me to how do we go about this? So the next time I'm speaking to someone from an insurance company, I ask for term life insurance as well as critical illness cover. Do they come as a package? Does it cover everything I need?
Yeah, so they do come as a package. Life cover, which the family can use once the breadwinner passes away. And critical illness is something which we call it live-in benefits. So we pay out when you're alive or you're living. And they both come together under the term life. And I would say, please take critical illness. Don't just limit yourself to life cover. Don't think, in the aeroplane, they say first put your mask and then the mask of your loved ones. Critical illness is exactly like that. First take care of yourself and then everything else will follow in suit.
Thank you for that, Geeta. So let me understand this correctly. Health insurance and critical illness cover are neither the same thing, nor do they get sort of bundled together.
Correct. So these are two very different things. We do get a lot of customers on our website or, speaking to our advisors who believe that probably these are the same thing, or they can add a critical illness plan to their health insurance. Actually, these two are totally separate things. Your health insurance or your medical insurance will cover the expenses, that you need to do for your treatment, or inpatient, outpatient, both, right? And obviously, it is to be supplemented by your actual bills. Versus a critical illness plan is a standalone, or it comes with a term life plan or a whole of life plan, wherein you can, whenever you are diagnosed with a critical illness, the lump sum amount will be paid out to you for whatever expenses you have, irrespective of what are the bills of the hospital.
We often think of insurance as something that's paid out once we're not here anymore. But what if we continue to be here and our treatment gets expensive? What if we continue to be here but we cannot earn like we used to, or lead the life that we used to, or even do the work around the home that we otherwise would? We'd need someone to step in, right? And stepping in comes with its additional expenses. Treatments come with their additional expenses. And I think it's so incredibly important that we protect our families for it. It's about having that dignity during a time of difficulty, and it's about having that financial safety net when your body is battling something truly, truly difficult. So visit Policybazaar.ae and explore these options. There are great ways in which you can combine term life insurance and critical illness cover and give your family the protection that they truly deserve. It's like having a double protection for your family, and why wouldn't you take it, right? Without doubling your worries. Thank you so much, Atul. Thank you so much, Geeta, for a wonderful conversation.
Thank you.
And you guys have really left me educated. Thank you.
Thank you.